What's up, everybody? Master Reactor here, and today I have a replay. First of all, I will show the deck. I just got second place in the Friday tournament. Rabbit got me, he outplayed me. I played a little bit sussy. I was playing around Snatch Steel, and I should have been playing around level 2. So, it happens. I summoned Yugioh and he got me. But we're going to show the replay of this match I just played on the ladder. So, I'm now at 1632. Just won a match against, forgot his name already. Smoke a lot of weed. Oh, shit. Let's see. Do 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 do. Gosh, Dueling Book is just the most laggiest site ever. I swear. It's lag central over here. Alright, we got TestingV2, so we're going to see what happened here versus TestingV2. Let's see how the gameplay went. Alright, I throw scissors, he throws paper, so I get to go first. That's an awesome start. It's been a while since I did a replay, so I figured I would do one right now. Alright, I open Graceful, Knock, Chaos Sword, MST, Wang Blast, and Dekochi. And he's got Faith, Knock, Solemn, BLS, and Tomato. I decide to set Deco and set MST and pass. He summons Tomato, okay. And then he knocks me and gets my Deco. I kind of like bluff here. I thought I set Wing Blast there. So I actually could have just chained Wing Blast and then put the Tomato back in deck and get shuffled in. That would have been a sick play. But nope, instead, and for some reason I thought he only banished one Deco. So that was crazy. So he decides to set Solemn and set Knock. I go for the Knock right away, which is fine. He still got Solemn Judgment here, but it's not really that bad. I draw into Sinister for turn. Pretty good draw here. Gives me a little bit of fodder, but Graceful. So I'm going to fire the Graceful. He opts to Solemn Judgment this, and I just say, okay, now he's at 4K. I decide to set the Sinister and set the Wing Blast and pass. He draws into Snatch Steel. He goes into battle and swings into the Sinister. And he sets Snatch and sets Faith. Standby phase, I get my Sinister back. And I decide to Wing Blast and target the Tomato here. Putting him back in deck. And then I get the Sinister back, and then I get to Knock here. So this pretty much doesn't put a Dark in his grave. It shuffles the Tomato back in. It works out fine. Like, that was just an awesome play there. Then I just set Solemn Judgment and I pass. He draws in the Sinister. He just passes. I draw into Pot of Greed, which is pretty nice. Not gonna lie, I fire the Pot of Greed. And I draw Solemn Judgment and Jar of Greed. So, okay draws, I guess. I got 2 Solemns now. He draws into Heavy Storm. He sets Sinister and sets Heavy and passes. I draw on a Jar of Greed. I set the Jar of Greed first. This is playing around Dust Shoot. And then I play Jar of Greed. I draw on a Mirror Force. I set the Mirror Force and pass. He draws into Delinquent Duo here. He sets the Duo and passes. I draw into Wing Blast. I set the Wing Blast and activate Jar of Greed. And I draw on the Thunder Dragon, and now I'm just like, well, if you got it, you got it. Whatever. Nothing I can do. If you got the Dust Shoot, I'm not going to play around or anything. I'm just going to grab my 2 TDs, and I just pass. Sitting at 6,600. Let's see what he's got. He draws into Chaos Sword. No monsters in grave, so he's got a dead BLS and a dead Chaos Sword. Pretty nice. Pretty nice. Okay, he just passes. I draw into a Knock, which is nice. I decide just to summon Sinister. He says okay. And then I just knock. And I hit him for 300. He takes it and pass. He draws in Torrential Tribute, which is okay, I guess. He sets Torrential and passes. I draw into a Dead Sword, which sucks. I could, like, do some plays here and Wing Blast and shit. But I decided to tribute the Sinister for Thunder Dragon. And just get him for the 16 here. And he takes it. And he draws into MST. He fires Snatch Steel on my Thunder Dragon. He goes into battle. And I decide just to Mirror Force this. I just do it because I figure there's no reason not to. I don't want to take no damage, and I might as well just do it. So main phase 2, he decides to just blind MST and hit one of my Solemns, so that's fine. Okay. And then he duos me, so this is actually great that he duos me. I actually love this. Because he rolls a 6, he gets rid of the Sword, and I throw out the Thunder Dragon. This gives me a Dark and Grave. I draw into Ring. Standby phase, I get my Sinister back. And I activate Wing Blast and pick the perfect card. I picked the Torrential. If I wouldn't have picked the Torrential, well, I had Solemn anyway, so I guess it wouldn't have mattered. So this is just game, because now I got Solemn face down. I drop the sword, and he just scoops. And I tell him GG1. Game 2, it's a little rocky. Game 2, he opens Faith, Thunder Dragon, Tsukiyomi, Decode, Mirror Force, and Snatch Steel. So he discards Thunder Dragons and gets 2 more. Okay, such is life. He sets Mirror Force and sets Deco and passes. I have a pretty horrible hand here. I mean, it's some shit going, but I got Deco, BLS, Faith, Snatch, Night Assailant, and Spy. I decide to set Spy and pass. He draws into Sangin, he flips his Deco, and draws into another Faith, and decides just to go to battle and swing into my Spy. And I get the Spy in defense. And then he decides to set Sangin and pass. I draw into Wing Blast, which is pretty terrible here. Not gonna lie. Still pretty bad hand. I just set the Deco and set the Wing Blast and pass. He draws into Dust Shoot. He tries to summon Tsukiyomi, and I decide just to Wing Blast it, discard the Dead Fate from my hand. And he goes into battle and swings into my Deco. I get to draw. I draw Upstart. I go to standby main phase, and I just snap this Upstart. So I should have not done this. I should have just let him see standby phase, because now he gets to trap Dust Shoot me, which I don't think it really would have mattered anyways, but it might have though, because I don't think he has an out for BLS. He didn't, or did he? Yeah, he has Mirror Force here. I wasn't gonna attack. So now I get a little greedy. I drop the Chaos Sword, and I switch a Spy to attack mode. And I'm just like, you don't got it, but he does have it. So he Mirror Forces my life, which sucks. Big if true. I set Book of Moon, and I'm looking in a really bad spot. And I set Night Assailant, and I pass. He draws into the Deco, which I know. He flips this Sangin. He knows this is Night Assailant. So I have to Book of Moon, and I'm just like accepting that there's no way in hell I'm winning. And I just scoop. It's just over. He's just going to pass there. He's not going to set nothing. He's going to get the Sangin Surge. So I go to game 3. I accept I lose, and let's see what happens game 3. Got him game 1. Alright, game 3. I open Wing Blast, Night Assailant, Thunder Dragon, BLS, Solemn, and Faith. Again, not a very good hand. It's okay, but it's not great. So he opens Thunder Dragon, Royal Decree, Heavy Storm, Book of Moon, and Dakochi, the Battle-Chanted Locomotive. So I decide to just set Solemn and set Wing Blast and pass. He draws into another Decree. Okay. So he decides to Heavy Storm, and I decide to Solemn Judgment this. This is just, I just feel like this card might help me. Obviously, he has 2 Decrees, so I'm just boned. And I was actually thinking about putting one of these back at this point, but because I could have shuffled it back in the deck, but I did not. So he discards the Thunder Dragons and gets them both back. I say, okay, that's fine. And he summons Deco. Hits me for 1400. Okay, that's fine. Put me down to 26. Pretty low. I draw into a Night Assailant. And decide to set Night Assailant and just pass. Okay. That's the play. He draws into Torrential Tribute. So this is pretty nice because he has a Decree and he's going to fire it soon. It's coming soon to a theater near me. He goes into battle, and I just get to clear his Deco, 1-for-1 trade. I like that. And I decide I draw into card destruction. So this is pretty nice here. Really good draw. I activate Wing Blast. I discard Night Assailant, and I get the Night Assailant back. And he decides to just decree this. So this is awesome for me. I'm like, all right, hell yeah. Now I don't got to worry about ring because I'm really low. So I'm like, that was awesome that you decreed there. So I obviously just banish a Dark, banish a Light, and I drop BLS. He thinks I'm going to hit him, but I'm not. I'm going to fire card destruction. He's going to draw 3. He draws Pot of Greed, Faith, and Spy. I draw Duo, Chaos Sword, Ring, and Trap Dust Shoot. So pretty dead cards right now. And I get the Faith back at least. So I decide just to hit him for 3,000. Okay. Could have dropped this Chaos Sword, which I would have, but it is what it is. It all worked out. So I fire the Duo here. Put me down to 1,600. Pretty low. He can just MST his shit and then ring and win. I get his Pot of Greed, which is really nice. And he throws out Spy. I set my Faith, and I decide to set Ring and Trap Dust Shoot. Just in case. He top decks Graceful Charity, which is pretty nice. He draws into Tribe, Book of Moon, and Tomato. So he decides to discard Book of Moon and Tomato. And he just passes. He doesn't do anything on this board, which is pretty crazy to me. So now I'm just like, well, he didn't have it last time to stop me. Let's just go for it here and see what happens. So I go into battle, and I just swing Bata. He Book of Moons the BLS, which sucks, so I get to hit him for 2,300. And pass. He draws into Metamorphosis now. So now he's going to get his 1,000 Eyes Strict on. See, if I was him, I would have Book of Mooned the Chaos Sorcerer took the 3,000. Because, like, but you didn't know you were going to draw meta. You want to kill the damn shit with Tribe, so I don't understand why he did that. That didn't make any sense to me. He could have just took the 3K and left the BLS up. So now he hits into my Faith, and I grab Card Destruction, which is really nice here. I draw into a Spy. I decide to just fire the Card Destruction. He draws Deco. I draw Pot of Greed and Wing Blast. Pot of Greed, really nice. Wing Blast, not so much. And then I draw Book of Moon, and I just Book of Moon, the 1,000 Eyes are strict, and he says Big Sigh. So, yep, he already knows what time it is. I'm going to flip that up and attack. That is the replay, everybody. Hope y'all enjoyed it. Book of Moon for the win. I actually cut Book of Moon for a while, and I'm on 1 again, and I'm on the Tsukiyomi because I just think that there's situations where it can be really good, and that is one of them right there. Tsukiyomi would have won me the game, or Book of Moon. So, it was really nice. That hit it. He hit my Faith, went and grabbed the Card Destruction, got to draw a couple cards, drew the Pot of Greed. Let's go. But